Well, hello there. Brian King coming at you. Welcome to the Compassionate Dad Show, where you will experience a lot of ADHD, but no BS. So let's jump right into the topic. I had an awesome conversation with another dad this morning, and we were talking about this all too familiar experience of yelling at our kids. And the question came up, why the heck do we do that anyway? And I'm going to give you my point of view, of course, and there will be others, and decide for yourself which to take, which to leave. But in my experience, we yell for two main reasons. We yell actually for one reason with two causes. We yell mostly out of fear. We're afraid for our child's safety. They're jumping off a piece of furniture, they're running out in the street without paying attention, they're playing with a sharp knife, something like that. Or we are afraid because they're doing something that we don't know what to do about. They're misbehaving in a certain way. They've sweared in public. They've done something new that you have no response for. It was not in the handbook that this would be coming, and it didn't explain to you what to do about it. So in the situation of safety, do what you can to make your child safe. Things may come out of your mouth that you didn't want to come out of your mouth, like, what the F are you doing? What are you seeing? But come out of our mouths. And those examples you absolutely want to apologize for and explain that you were afraid, that that's where the words came from, but you realize those words were wrong, potentially hurtful, and you will work on using different language next time. That's for that. Or you can use the good old-fashioned, always trustworthy, stop it. Stop swinging the stick. Stop jumping off the couch. Anything you can do to interrupt your child's focus from the dangerous thing they're doing and get them back into doing something safely. Now, in terms of the fear, because you don't know what to do. Your kids are fighting over something. You aren't sure whether to be more black and white, more diplomatic. You don't know who started the argument. You don't know who is at fault, so you punish everybody. One of those things. And you're just frustrated. The problem is, if you don't acknowledge, you're unsure of yourself, and because you don't acknowledge it, you do nothing to correct it, you're going to keep doing that pattern over and over and over again forever, and everybody's going to end up frustrated, and no problems will ever be solved. So let's begin with the premise that you asked for some guidance, that you have a lot of those run-ins with your kiddos, and you say, stop it, knock it off, everybody go to your rooms, everybody be quiet, I'm sick of you fighting all the time. Let's assume that you want a better way. So let me give you one of the suggestions that I gave to the dad that I spoke with earlier. There's one kiddo in particular that seems to be doing the most acting out, that has the hardest time controlling his or her intensity, especially around the other siblings. And this seems to be the kiddo that's getting the most correction, the most scolding, and is doing the least learning and retaining what you've told them the previous 100 times. So the lesson isn't getting in. What do we do to change that? Well, my guess is that a lot of what's happening when you call your kiddo over is that you are lecturing. You are expecting your child to stand there and be taught, once again, how wrong what they did is. This is likely a kiddo that feels that your relationship with them is based on criticism because that's the majority of what your conversations consist of. So let's switch that and make it much more of a teachable moment that builds your child's confidence. And this is how we do it. One simple shift. You're going to make to asking questions. The first question you're going to ask is, why did I call you over here? Or why did I ask you to stop what you were doing? Because what we want to do with our kiddos is to increase their capacity to reflect upon their decisions, or lack of decisions, as the case may be. Because we want our kids to be self-determined problem solvers that are proactive for the rest of their life. Huge life skill, huge adult skill. Let's start as soon as we can. So ask them to think about it. Why did I call you over here? Well, what I was doing was wrong. Oh, do you believe that? Or are you telling me what I want to hear? Well, I don't think it was a big deal. You don't think it was a big deal? Tell me why I overreacted. Now, these are just some ideas on how to keep it going. This is as much art as it is science. And when I work with my clients, I teach them how to think in such a way where the questions come naturally. Because we don't want you memorizing a script. We want you to be focused in the moment with your child, where you're both students of that moment. And how was this decision made? You know, teach me, son, teach me, young lady, how did you arrive at this decision? Not only do I want to understand what the heck you were thinking, I want you to understand it. So maybe you do a little bit more thinking next time. So switch to questions from statements. Go from lecture to listening. Find out what your child's inner world is like. Help him or her understand, man, maybe I should put some thinking into that. Now that I reflect upon it, that was not the smartest thing to do. In fact, I'm going to think more about it next time. It doesn't work magically like that the first time you do it, because if you've been doing mostly lecturing, this is a new pattern. This is a new way of interacting your child isn't used to yet. So begin patiently. Keep reinforcing that this is the way you want to learn together. And ideally, you'll start seeing some changes in your child's behavior as they begin thinking it through. Now, as I said, there's more to it than this. There always is. But I at least wanted to give you enough to get helpful, that you've enjoyed it. And if so, please pass it along so other people can benefit from it too. Thank you for watching. This has been The Compassionate Dad, Brian King, and we'll be talking again soon.